Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jenn, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about dessert. Yum.
Ooh.
Right? And especially now with
nutrition and dessert. I love it, Jen.
Yeah. And especially now with everybody, in isolation and emotional eating, right? It's the dessert.
Yeah.
So last week we talked about how rice isn't off limits. We just have to be smart about it. And dessert is exactly the same. I mean, like you said, nutrition and dessert, this whole thing is called salad with a side of fries. So clearly we're about balance and living life. And frankly, who wants a life that never allows for dessert?
Not me, Jen.
Right. Or even more importantly than not having dessert, but the dessert that comes with guilt. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to remove all of that. This actually goes back to the episodes where we talked about the glycemic index and understanding our food choices.
Uh-huh.
And we want to choose foods that keep our blood sugar levels even and in the middle zone where we're never storing fat. Okay? That's the reason for our mantra, protein and fiber at every meal. Makes removing fat no big deal. I see you smiling and nodding.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't take a genius or a doctor or a scientist to put it together that a sugary dessert is likely to spike our blood sugar, right? But what about this? Think of high glycemic foods as the color red and low glycemic foods as the color white. If we mix them together, what color do we get?
Pink.
Pink. Well, pink is closer to white than red. So if we eat our dessert right after our meal, it helps lower the impact of that sugar on our body because it's being processed with the protein and fiber from our dinner.
Oh, that's good to know.
Right? So we want to eat our dessert right after dinner. So it's being processed,
I'm
all that
ready
sugar.
for dessert immediately after dinner. Right. So that's great news.
Yes. So having said that, I certainly encourage everyone to choose something sweet that still offers nutrients, right? Fiber, like, fruit, berries, things like that. Those are the desserts that we could have all the time, right? And a few weeks ago, I gave our members a chocolate ice cream recipe, and there was also like these chocolate muffins, both of which use our flavored nutrition shake. And so it has protein and fiber and yet fulfills that craving, right? So there are options that we can have that still provide nutrients, right? And the protein and fiber helps blunt the impact of the sweetness and the sugar on our blood sugar. At the same time, right? Like, we're humans, we're going to celebrate birthdays. And I think actually it's almost like a global thing that birthdays are celebrated with some sort of sweet dessert.
Yeah.
Right? So when those occasions come around, eat that dessert right after the meal. The other point, right? The other point here is that in these moments, right, we call them occasions, which means they aren't all the time. So we want to keep those treats to have on occasion versus regularly, right? The berries, go for it, eat them regularly. We want to consider too, when it comes to the birthday cake or pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving or apple pie on the 4th of July, how much of it do we actually have to feel like we had it? I'm going to say that again. How much do we actually have to feel like we had it? Probably a reasonable size slice of the cake or pie would do it.
Yes. Right. A reasonable size, not too small. Then it's just, I'm tempting myself and feeling deprived.
Yeah, but we also don't need to eat half of the pie to feel like we had some pie, if you need, go back and listen to our Thanksgiving episode where we talk about the 3-bite rule as well. Okay. So, yeah, what were you going to say?
No, I have to pause so that I don't think that half the pie is what I need to feel okay.
Yeah, I think we all do. And it does help to remember too that, like we were saying, on occasion, sweet, salt, and fat are acquired tastes. So the more we have them, the more we want them. Mm-hmm. So making sure to keep it on occasion will also help with a lot of those cravings.
For sure.
So one more pro tip. When we eat to keep our blood sugar in the middle zone, and we consistently do that, our body is actually better equipped to handle the occasional spike that comes from time to time. So right now, perhaps you eat birthday cake and you feel like you've instantly gained 5 pounds. Like, that's not what will happen in the future, but we do have to be consistent, keeping our blood sugar levels even, right? Choosing desserts that have protein and fiber and nutrients, and keeping our blood sugar in that middle zone so we're never storing fat. And then on occasion, enjoy your birthday cake or ice cream, and it doesn't have the same impact on our body.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up. Who wants a life without dessert, right? We're just going to make smart choices about what we have, when we have it, and how much we have. Good?
Great.
Awesome. Well, I think that does it for today. Rebecca, thank you again for being here.
Oh, Jen, I always have the best time talking to you.
Likewise.
You energize me.
Awesome. All right, everybody. If you haven't already become a member, go to glow.fm/salad with a side of fries. Of course, there's also a link in the show notes. As always, I'm your host, Jenn Trepeck. You can find me on Instagram at Jenn Trepeck, JENNTREPECK. Our Facebook page is also at the same handle. Send us your questions, ideas. Let us know what you'd like more of. Reach out to us on social media. Tag us in your posts, all the things. You can also contact us on our website, asaladwithasideoffries.com. All right, have a great week, my friends. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.